A Chicago man by the name of Felix Torres is in critical condition after ICE officials raided his home at 6 in the morning and opened fire, and they did so in front of 3 children, including a 5-month-old who stood nearby. Now, it's unclear why the ICE officials went into that home, considering the fact that everyone who was in that home was documented and had been living there, that family had been living there for over 30 years. So it's unclear why they did the raid, but it's also unclear why they opened fire. Now, ICE officials claim that they did so because someone pulled out a gun, but no one in the home was armed. So that's a little strange, isn't it?
Yep. So this is the natural result of targeting a whole group of people. So they said, hey, we're gonna go after the bad guys, the bad hombres, as Trump called them, right? Or hombres. And then it turned out, no, he's not just going after the bad hombres, he's going after every undocumented immigrant. And I covered the story of the woman in the Midwest whose husband got deported, and she's like, but I voted for Trump. I thought he was just gonna go after the bad guys and not the good guys. What did you think, you schmuck? He's not gonna make a distinction between that. And then what we warned you about is that he wasn't even gonna make a distinction necessarily about who's documented and undocumented. When he talked about the rapists and the criminals that are coming in here, you thought, oh no, he just means the undocumented felons. No, he meant Latinos. And a lot of people heard that dog whistle. It was clear, loud and clear. So now look at this. Nobody in the house is undocumented, but ICE, which has to do with immigration, is all of a sudden in the middle of their house, weapons drawn, and firing their weapons and hitting the guy. He's in critical condition. He could die.
How is this keeping the country safe? I mean, the whole notion of going after undocumented immigrants is, we gotta keep society safe. We gotta keep these communities safe. These undocumented people are coming in and they're rapists and criminals, right? How is this keeping people safe? These individuals are not undocumented. No one's breaking a law, okay? Based on multiple reports of this story, no one in the house had a gun, so ICE wasn't justified in drawing any weapons or firing any shots. So what's going on here? Like, there's no point in what they're doing here. And let me ask everyone in the audience, let me ask you something, Cenk. You have a bunch of agents or ICE officials busting into your home at 6 in the morning. What do? You freak out, you panic, it leads to chaos and commotion. So did someone, freak out or something? That's highly possible, but that's because they're innocent people and they don't understand why someone's breaking into their home like that.
And by the way, what does it mean to freak out? There's no right answer here. And we've gone over this in the case of African Americans who are unarmed. They say, in that one case, if you remember, with Philando Castile, he said, get your ID and put your hands up. So he's got to put his hands down to get his ID or put his hands up. Either way, he's gonna get shot, and he did get shot. And over again, hands up, hands down, shot either way, right? So if somebody busts into your house in the middle of the night, first of all, if you're a conservative, you probably are armed, right? A lot of you are. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna get your gun first, right? Oops, you have a gun, cops come in. Well, what am I gonna do? There was a gun, I had to shoot and kill that guy, right? Now, luckily in this case, he wasn't armed. They shot him anyway. Now, what is the normal reaction when someone busts into your house in the middle of the night? You're at least gonna go, whoa! Oh, you see that? He's overreacting. Okay, we got a dangerous situation here. Hey, I got kids in the house. Oh, keep your voice down, sir. Listen to what I'm saying right now. I know, but I got kids. That's it, take him down. And next thing you know, somebody's shot.
So Carmen Torrez, his daughter, made this statement. And I want everyone to, just for a second, put yourselves in their shoes and kind of understand what this is like. They didn't say anything. They just came in and pointed pistols in our faces and dragged us out. It's a lie when they say he was holding a gun. He doesn't even own a gun. They shot my dad, they shot him, and I don't know why.
So far, the authorities have not said why. I know some of you are authoritarian and you think, no, authorities are always right. The government is always right. I'm a right winger who believes in small government, but the government, I bow my head to you. The government is always right, right? Okay, first of all, if you're right, tell us what you're right about. That's our job to ask you. Second of all, I know, I don't care, they're legal. So what, I bet they did something wrong. That's why the cops had to come in. These weren't cops, this was ICE.
These are federal agents.
This is for immigration purposes. But for immigration purposes, these guys are legal, they're documented. There was nothing wrong with their papers. But they busted in their house, guns drawn anyway. And by the way, Aaron Corbett, who wrote about this on Raw Story, asked a good question. Hey, Rahm Emanuel, you're in Chicago, you claim you're a proud sanctuary city. Did the cops cooperate with ICE? Did the Chicago cops cooperate with Trump's thugs here? And did you get the wrong guys? What did you do? Are the cops involved or not involved? If they're not involved, what the hell is ICE doing there? If they are involved, why is Rahm Emanuel, Democratic mayor, who claims to run a sanctuary city, helping Trump's thugs break into Latinos' houses who are perfectly legal and shooting them? Good questions. I wish that government that conservatives love so much would answer some damn questions. Young Turks membership creates independent media.
Believe me.
No ads.
Believe me.
All the shows.
Believe me.
On demand.
Believe me.
Support independent media.
Believe me.
It's awesome, tremendous. You'll love it.
Believe me.
And by the end, you'll be thinking,
I'm like a smart person.
tytnetwork.com/join.